Hey people, welcome to the channel, and in this case it's the Buenos Aires City Police reacting in a matter of fractions of a second. This is a woman that's being chased by her ex-boyfriend, 39-year-old dumbass, personal trainer, Instagrammer that loses his cool when the 29-year-old says, you know what honey, it's over, we're done, we're no longer dating. He just doesn't cope with that because I'm a personal trainer. I have a great body. I'm an Instagrammer. How dare you? So he goes chasing her and takes shots at her, shoots twice, doesn't hit either one, but fortunately the police arrives just in time. Pretty impressive how they did this. Look, that's the patrol car. They just jump out of the vehicle, boom, boom, boom. Don't miss those couple shots there, boom. They nail him. There he goes down. Unfortunately, it was not tight enough of a grouping, and this scumbag is still very much alive. He got shot in the shoulder and the buttocks, and but look at how close that is. He's aiming at her at the back of her head with a gun, actively shooting at her, missing those two shots that he managed to fire before they took him down. She just barely manages to escape that alive. So yeah, it's, I mean, very short video, but there's a few things here, the way in which how accuracy matters, those first couple shots. If he had managed to shoot her after those, you know, it's fractions of a second that make the difference at times. Sometimes you have more time. Sometimes you have several seconds to assess the situation. Sometimes there's not enough time. Unfortunately, in the current political environment, especially in Latin American countries where there's all of this push towards, oh yeah, officers are just too trigger happy and you shouldn't use your gun, and there's many officers that have this weighting on them very heavily, and they just doubt themselves and don't react fast enough, mostly because of the consequences and the lack of support by the government, by the police departments. So this is a big problem in some parts of the world where there's a political stance, a politically correct stance of, yeah, your officers should never fire on criminals. Well, unfortunately, in this case, he did, and was barely so. Then you have the other aspect of this, which is dealing with assholes, dealing with creeps like this guy. You know, I get it. Personal trainers, yeah, there's good guys, there's bad guys, as always. People that make a cult out of their own image and working out. Some are fantastic people, some are great guys, and some are narcissistic dumbasses like this guy that just cannot tolerate. Dude, I mean, you have the tattoos, and you have what, a male symbol tattoo on your this is a sweetheart, don't date a dumbass like this guy, right? If this isn't bad enough, if this picture isn't showing you what kind of creep this guy is, dude, yeah. You have to be very careful with these things. It's usually the case that with abusive personalities, narcissistic creeps like this guy, sometimes there's women that tend towards this type of guy, confusing it with a strong male. Actually, all of this is just a fucking huge amount of insecurity, but all of that just comes into display, and in very drastic fashion, when 29-year-old tells the 39-year-old fucking grown-ass man, we're not dating anymore, we're over. I mean, we had fun, but it's done, okay? So we're going, or maybe it was already an abusive relationship, and she had enough, and she said, you know, I'm leaving you, and the guy just cannot cope with that, and has murdering outbursts of violence, right? And ends up in this. So several things here: react in time, always be armed, have means to defend yourself, and don't hang around creeps, psychopaths, dangerous people, abusive people, may that be men or women. Yes, it's usually the case that men have a little bit more of the higher ground in terms of violence interactions because of physical differences, but there's very dangerous women out there as well. There's lots of crazy women out there that have stabbed, shot guys as well. There's actually one that did that to a boyfriend that was leaving her. She took her father's gun and shot the guy in the back of the head while on a motorcycle, and they're now making a movie about her. Anyway, stuff that goes on, but as always, try to learn from these things. Guys, it's going to be all for now. See you in our next video. Take care.